Hi, I'm Lakeisha Splitzer, and I'm an indie author. I'm very proud to be an indie author since 2010. I've written 11 books to date, and I'm currently working on the 3rd book in my children's series. But today we're going to talk about one of my favorite series, which is the Werelove series. So for all my Shapeshifter fans, this one is for you. There are currently 4 books in here. Book 4 came out December 25th, and I've got 1 more to go in the main storyline with spin-offs in the works. Because I know some people keep asking, are you spinning it off? Yes, I am. So without further ado, I'm going to read you one of my favorite scenes from the first book. The room was not hers, yet Layla knew it and would still welcome her. The opulent tapestries and drapes, the burgundy furniture, all were familiar. This dream was the same one she'd had for the last 2 months. Each time, more details were added, and each time she woke from it, feeling unhappy and incomplete. This time, however, was different. The room was filled with more animals than the 2 who normally kept her company. There were felines of all types: wolves, birds, snakes, and some type of reptile she didn't recognize. They perched, sat, paced, and lounged on the furniture. And she sat in the middle of the room, on top of silk pillows, dressed in a harem-style top and pants made of sheer material that bared her belly. Any other time, she would have felt exposed at showing so much skin, but here she felt almost overdressed. To her left lay a wolf with a gray foreleg. His dark eyes seemed old and held the weight of knowledge that made Layla shy away from gazing too deeply. It was the warning growl of the white wolf that had her head snapping up, eyes going to the double doors that swung open. An eerie silence descended, and fear raced through her body. The animals were never silent. Always they made some noise. She threaded her fingers into the wolf's roof, eyes wide as she waited for whatever it was to come through the door. The growling grew to a crescendo and then abruptly ceased. Layla stiffened and knew with certainty that this moment would change her. "Come inside, I'm not afraid," her voice echoed in the stillness. She blinked, and there stood a man. She gasped. Mustering her courage, she forced herself to look. The man had no shirt on, and his bare chest and muscular shoulders were hypnotizing. Her eyes moved from his chest to his stomach, where his clearly defined abs proved he took care of himself. She flushed with embarrassment from staring at him. She glanced at his face, but his face was blurred. Rubbing her eyes, Layla checked her vision, but he remained the same. Terror seized her, and the other animals reacted with warning cries. "Enough!" His voice whipped out with force, commanding instant obedience. She could taste her fear, but felt a surge of an emotion she didn't quite understand. The fear made sense. After all, this man's dominating presence reminded her of her father and the school bullies. The wolf beside her growled again. She forced her attention back to her visitor. "Who are you?" He tilted his head to one side, watching her until she squirmed. He took a step forward, but found his path blocked by a lioness. "You afraid?" His voice washed over her and she shivered. The animals would protect her if she asked it of them. That she did know, but she ignored her cowardice and decided to take a chance. "No and yes. I've never seen you before. I don't dream of boys, let alone men." She stared at his blurred features. "And I can't see your face. Well, at least the parts that matter," she complained. The man laughed. Such honesty is refreshing. Most girls play games. He grinned at her. "Are my features that important to you?" She thought about it. "I suppose not. No one ever pays attention to me anyway. I'm a nobody. Besides, I'm not some drop-dead gorgeous person like my best friend or even Violet." "Nope, I'm ordinary," she shrugged. Let him think what he wanted of her. Everyone else did. "You are more than okay. Perhaps it is time someone showed you." Her heart sped up. Her mouth went dry. The man's words sounded almost like a purr. She felt hot, her skin tight, and her thoughts, they were strange, uncomfortable, and exciting. "Oh my, I don't understand. She pulled her knees to her chest, gaze on the floor. The wolf pressed against her side, growling in earnest. There you go.